I was in an absolute fabulous group, and I think that can be demonstrated because I was really disappointed when the group and came back into the larger group. So,
oh, you didn't want to rejoin us, Mark?
No, it's nice to be here, but I really enjoyed the company of the group. And it's interesting, something we all had in common in our group, we all love the name Anne. So, so that was interesting. We had Tabitha from the USA. We had Anne, who was from the Philippines, and Chloe and I, Chloe in Sydney, and I'm located on the Central Coast. We had a really enjoyable yarn about ourselves and got to know each other, and I think that's why I didn't want it to end, because we had some really interesting people in the group. And I must say that I really believe some future presenters for our forums that are coming up, because I could have listened to Chloe and to Tabitha all day. So brilliant speakers. But Anne spoke about the Philippines and there's a lot of opposition to LGBTQI+ over there, and actually gave some insight into a colleague or a friend that was transitioning from him to her, and was graduating from university, and the challenges that person had. But Anne was very supportive and basically really encouraged this person to focus on gaining the qualification and not to worry about the sexuality issue, but just to focus on that and become a role model for others, which was quite powerful. Chloe, she really focuses on strategy. She basically asked the question, why, and what does that mean? And she wants to know who people are, but she basically reflected that into businesses, saying that businesses need to know who they are and what they stand for, what their values are, and that's the big issue that we're facing, because that needs to happen. Chloe spoke about the importance of being inclusive, and the comment today was about how big things can happen through passion. Tabitha, very interesting individual. She spoke about the fixed mindsets, coming from Oklahoma, a very conservative state, a very religious state as well, and she pushes boundaries with her passion. She spoke about a personal journey as well, having a brain tumor while in college and the discrimination that she faced there. And something that I really love, she spoke about, she deals sometimes with pretty white fish in pretty white fish bowls, and how it's important to change that, to instead of being comfortable with being familiar with your surroundings, but to push outside that. The things that we thought about the question was, one was, being consistent. So, support our LGBTQI people in sport, to also challenge any behaviour that doesn't encourage that activity. We also spoke about the acceptance. So just in your circle, accept LGBTQI people and support them, and through education. So we have to start. People don't know what they don't know. So use education to change behaviours and mindsets. And we also spoke about the importance of sharing stories. So through storytelling, that's very, very powerful. And that's something that I know Aboriginal people really believe is so important, to connect with each other. So that's about it, Denise.